Instead, we have the opportunity to make a habit of empathy, to recognize ourselves in each other.
I'm Cathy Carlson and identify myself as a conservative. I'm a Republican. I'm probably more liberal on some social issues than other Republicans. I'm not a rhino, as some people call Republican in name only. I am a fiscal conservative. I did work for a state senator, the most fiscally conservative of all the senators, and he was termed out a couple of years ago. So I look for candidates who are also fiscally conservative. I'm an education advocate, and I'm on the board as the education chair on a watchdog group in my town, Thousand Oaks, which is in Ventura County, and I'm also on the board of the Coalition for Accountability in Education. Truth is very important to me, and I've been so disappointed over the years working with local politicians at the lowest level, which is the education board, and learning how parents have their rights taken away. And in our county, if parents speak up, often they send Child Protective Services to the parent's house, and that's outrageous. So you're asking about empathy. We empathize. We're not for, I'm not real happy about illegal aliens coming over and breaking our laws and using our resources. There should be a law against that. However, the law says that the children who are born here have rights. So I'm empathetic that way. We are the land of opportunity, but what I'm finding is that the educrats, that's what we call the bureaucrats in education, they're more concerned about their own paychecks and about protecting union rights, rather than having altruistic motives to help these children who are our future. And I'm really tired of Republicans getting called racist, and I'm the child of, I'm second generation American born. And my husband was first generation. He was an immigrant. My friend Monique, she immigrated here from France. So we're sympathetic. And we feel that the key to success is education.
What does empathy mean to you? Like, what do you see that as kind of like the definition or...
If you can empathize with somebody, I'm taking a master's in organizational leadership, and we talk about empathy and group dynamics. That was actually our last class, group dynamics, and the phenomenon of how people will mimic each other to be comfortable in a group with their body language, and goals for a group when you're making decisions. If you're empathetic, as a leader, if you can get your members to be empathetic to what you want, that is can be a definition for leadership. And that's what General Eisenhower said, that his definition of leadership is you make a decision and then you convince other people to agree with you.
Mm-hmm. So is empathy an important value to you?
Yes,
mm-hmm.
But I understand how empathy is, you can also manipulate empathy. You go to, once I got taken to a Shackley pyramid scheme. I didn't know what it was. And so they do all, it was like a religious experience. And so at the end, they're starting to sing patriotic songs, and everybody's supposed to grab hands, and they started lifting their hands up. And I'm going, I don't like that, because I don't like somebody controlling and manipulating my emotions, trying to get everybody to be empathetic. That verges on cultism. I don't like that. So I'm very aware that way that you can manipulate people.
Are there other problems that you see with empathy that kind of make you kind of cautious about empathy?
Sure, like in a jury trial. Look at O.J. Simpson getting off, and the first trial, and how they handpicked the jury to be mostly black Americans that were not highly educated, that had plenty of time off for a long trial, because, boy, they went through a lot of jurors knocking them off left and right. And so those people were empathetic.
So you feel empathy was kind of manipulative?
Absolutely. With Johnny Cochran, if the glove doesn't fit, you cannot convict.
And how does empathy relate to truth? You said the truth is your most important value. What would you say is the relationship between empathy and truth?
Well, if it's not parallel, I'll tell you that. Empathy is, we are emotional animals, and that's what empathy is. It's an emotional value, and truth is objective. However, truth can be subjective, can't it? Depending on what your perspective. So empathy, if you say you're an empathetic person, clinically, that means to me that you're not autistic, because autistic people have trouble empathizing. That's one of the big characteristics. And we have a lot of autistic people, and I do believe they're going to find more and more people are slightly autistic. Now they say 1 in 150. That's a lot of people that we're working with. Co-workers, voters. Here at the convention, we have the reality that their vote counts as much as our vote. And here we have the people who are coming and really researching the candidates in these different rooms. That's what's happening this afternoon.